seconds from now.
And are you going to actually run now?
Mr. Kantor, you've just been acquitted in the Rivonia sabotage trial in Pretoria.
That's correct, yes.
How long have you been... Mr. Kantor, you've just been acquitted in the Rivonia sabotage trial in Pretoria.
That's correct.
How long have you been in jail?
Well, I was arrested in August. Sorry.
Mr. Kantor, you've just been acquitted in the Rivonia sabotage trial in Pretoria.
That's correct.
How long have you been in jail? Mr. Kantor, you have just been acquitted in the Rivonia sabotage trial in Pretoria.
That's correct.
How long have you been in jail?
I was arrested in August, shortly after my brother-in-law, Harold Walpe and Arthur Goldreich, escaped from prison. And I was then released on bail just before Christmas. I remained on bail for a few weeks until shortly after my daughter was born. And then I was rearrested and my bail was cancelled on an application from the state acting on information that they had that I was about to flee the country. So that all in all I spent about 6 months in prison. I might mention though that although I believe that the police acted completely bona fide in this matter, there was not the slightest bit of truth in the fact that I wanted to escape. I think that they were acting on information which was completely false. And there was no reason at all for me at that stage to flee the country in any event, because I believed that I was innocent and I believed that I was going to be found innocent and found not guilty.
Mr. Kantor, what are the plans for your future?
Well, unfortunately, this trial has had the effect of completely ruining me, financially that is, and it's so soon after the actual result has come out that I haven't had a moment to think. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I want to take a few days holiday and sit down and do a lot of thinking and then decide what I'm going to do. I'm not sure yet whether I'll go back to law.
Mr. Kantor, what are the plans for your future?
Well, unfortunately, the trial has completely ruined me financially, and it's so soon now after the verdict that I really haven't had time to think about it. I want to get away for a few days, take a holiday, and then decide, because I'm not certain whether I'm going to go back to law or not.
What are conditions like under the 90-day detention clause?
This is a question that I'd rather not comment on at this stage.
Mr. Kantor, do you intend leaving South Africa?
Again, it's difficult to answer this question because everything has been so rushed since the decision. And it's hard for me to make up my mind at the moment. I know that I have no intention of leaving the country immediately, but I may well decide at a later stage that there is no future for me in South Africa as an individual, and then my family and I will leave.
Mr. Kantor, do you intend leaving South Africa?
It's difficult for me to give an answer to that question either at this stage, because everything has happened so quickly. But it depends entirely on what I decide to do. I may well find that there is no future for me as an individual in South Africa, and if that in fact happens, then I will certainly take my family and we will go overseas.
Mr. Kantor, what are your plans for the future? What are conditions like under the 90-day detention clause? Do you intend leaving South Africa?
Let's have the go on the next signal and put your voice on a bit.
Do you intend leaving South Africa? Do you intend leaving South Africa?
Under the circumstances, Mr Kantor would like a copy of this film sent back as soon as it has been edited. I suggest that we send back both an edited and unedited copy to me as soon as possible, please. Thank you.
Good, that's it. So we have the...
Fine. I'd like to actually see it.